Imagine starting a hunt and then this happens.
Yeah, let's just go inspect it, you know? See what happens.
Is there like a hole behind this? What? I see. I'm dead.
I found the
Sorry. You found. You found. Did you find the monster?
God, I found the emergency.
I think the emergency is me. I'm having an emergency.
Behold, Howling Zinogre. That's right. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the extreme individuals. And no, I don't mean the dinosaurs. Extreme dinosaurs!
Did anyone else watch that as a kid? I feel like no one else knows this whenever I reference it, and it makes me sad.
In any case, my fellow hunters, these are the monsters that are found in Frontier, because of course they are, that I think on balance are genuinely the hardest, most ridiculous, most unbelievably difficult challenges to have ever been created in any Monster Hunter property game concept anywhere at any point. They are absolutely, and I don't say this lightly, cuckoo nutty bananas! And I kind of want to explore them, because there is definitely an argument that perhaps they're a little, how do I say this, over the top, because he's that quick.
Ah! He didn't just teleport and then create a suction cup, which then pulled you in and ate you.
Yes, but there is also novelty to the idea that there exists a certain few members of a certain monster species that just utterly are nigh unstoppable. They are issued by the guild as peerless, literally without equal save for each others. And if you were to translate gameplay into lore power, these guys would be able to kill Fatalis with a little flick of their fingers. You had 15 minutes to kill them, and, well, they are beyond rare. It's like somebody combined Deviant with rare species and then turned it up to 11, and then, just for good measure, turn it up to 111, and here we have it. For some of them, you have 15 minutes, some of them you have 20 minutes, some of them you have 10 minutes, and that basically requires you to go out there with a perfect, min-maxed, unbelievably potent, can't get any stronger meta build, and then play perfectly for every single second. And that perfect playing means you don't get hit once, you iframe every attack, and you don't stop attacking the entire time to get through the health pool. To put that in perspective, Mr. Hot Cold Erizerion here, our hero in training, is, well, already kind of crazy, but his extreme individual, his peerless, burning, freezing Erizerion, well, how long before we like, don't try and kill him, alright? The objective here is survive.
Well, I'm already failing.
What? Why you
he started the fight by a laser beam that put me to guts health with fire debuff, which instantly killed me because it's fire debuff on guts health.
Is something else. It took months for the first ever successful kill/hunt to happen on him in Frontier. That's like proper MMORPG world first raiding level, but the race lasts months. That's kind of unheard of, and in a Monster Hunter setting, that's perhaps a bit silly, but that puts you, well, in kind of the mindset of just how what the hell is going on the extreme individuals are. And I gotta want to focus on 3 of them. The 3 that will make the most sense to you because they're based on 3 mainline monsters: Zinogre, Deviljho, and Nargacuga. We will start with Deviljho as the first to exist. This is starving Deviljho, and quite literally an answer to what happens if you lock Deviljho in a room and don't let it eat for an extended period of time. It goes, and I mean this more than usually, absolutely insane. Its green pigment fades and it's left with a shimmering golden hue as the red dragon pulses stronger, clawing at it, yearning for it to consume, and the madness of the agony of hunger it knows normally completely overwhelms it. This is an aberrant, it is unholy, and the sheer power from the frenzy of the need to feed that it gives it is unbelievable. Its strength is it's like hysterical strength. It is pure adrenaline, even more than normal. It is terrifying, and, well, it also grows an extended row of red spikes out of its back because, you know, one of the symptoms of being hungry is a need to look a little bit more edgy than usual. It's just Deviljho Insane Edition, it really is, as these monsters tend to be, and I do like that it sparkles gold in the air as its very hide flakes and freckles off as its body is eating itself from the inside out in the desperate need for food. So then we move on, and what we got next was, well, as you saw a taste of at the start.
We're dead, we're just dead, we're already dead, we're dead, we're already gone. Might as well forfeit the concept that we might be alive when we stand up, because we're already gone. He likes air combos.
So this is Zinogre's extreme individual.
I can tell.
Howling Zinogre. The best way to look at this is the furious Rajang, the Savage Joe, the Raging Bracky of the Zinogres. Permanently charged no matter what you do, with the ability to go into a extra, similar to Thunderlord, ultra-charged state. The colour faded to more dull white-grey, and even the yellow down to a more browny red. It definitely is muted, which is in stark contrast to the amp to its electrical prowess. Hueing even more paler green, almost cyany, the voltage this thing can produce is utterly unbelievable. They have massive plates along their spine, their spikes elongated, and just the thunderbugs that they possess can casually kill a human by simply fluttering kinda near them. This is not a Zinogre that you want to mess with. It can absolutely coat the arena in electricity, creating domes of it, generates so much current it can make rocks float temporarily, which is a, you know, play out of Nawa's book. It, generally speaking, has the most amped electrical prowess that probably, arguably, any monster in the series has. It seriously is ridiculous. Just to tell you how charged this thing is, even after you kill it, the thunderbugs leave, and its electrical organs cease function, it remains charged, its hairs on end, its power state still softly buzzing, even without breath on its lips. It really is not something you want to mess with, and its physical prowess too is turned up to 11 through the roof, boosted by the electricity coursing through its very veins. This thing is as I'm sure you have been seeing. Then we have Blinking Nargacuga!
He's so fast, and he's got the badass, like, trail constantly on, the after images.
Oh, I think he's about to teleport and do the...
Yeah, he's about to...
Oh, because Nargacuga before didn't have eyelids, and now that it does, it unlocks its true secret power. Was that because blinking, implying it couldn't before? Because this is why you watch these videos, to have fun. Laugh, damn you! This one I know is divisive for people. I personally kind of dig the white on top, red underneath color scheme. I think it's a very slick color scheme for Nargacuga. I like deep red and white together. I think it works. This is the Swift Wyvern Blinking Nargacuga, and it really is... Moving so quick, it produces after image. Moving so quick, it appears to teleport like a Kirin. Moving so quick, it can create endless cutting blades of wind from just the motion of its arms. Like Silverwind Nargacuga and Lucent Nargacuga had an unholy baby, and then it got blessed with power from the fucking gods. It really is just silly how many times a second this thing can hit you. On top of being able to generate generate veritable poison storms of quills, which is kind of something they gave a toned-down version of to Lucent in Sunbreak. So it's kind of nice to see that crossover. Definitely a slight bit of a take from Blinking Nargacuga. And it also can manipulate wind currents so much that it can vortex suck you in to its shredding death tornado, as all of the air is sucked to the mass of Nargacuga moving very quick. It really is just silly. And that's, I think, the best way to put this. They are just silly. But they're amusing, aren't they? Like the idea, as I alluded to at the start, of just taking a monster, ignoring any and all design restraints, taking off the realism training wheels, and just seeing how far you can push it while staying at least somewhat vaguely within the frame of what that monster can do, just a little bit. It really does leave you with the greatest, most gravest challenges that Monster Hunter has, because essentially what all of these monsters share in common is every attack they do one-shots you. Every attack hits multiple times, and every attack hits essentially the entire arena. Sure, there's different flavors and varieties of those things, but that is kind of the core, and you have to be perfect. You yourself have to be peerless to beat the peerless monsters. You have to maintain damage the entire 10, 15, 20-minute hunt. You can't get hit, because if you do, you'll just die, and even if you don't die, that loss of damage time will probably mean you won't get through the ridiculous health pool. It essentially is this sort of apex mode where you take a monster, and if you can beat it, it's not just a feat of hunting, it is a feat of you as a human, your skill as someone who plays games, and a genuine achievement. And there is definitely some merit in that if we disconnect it from the world of Monster Hunter and just look at it as a brutal way to test yourself in a video game, using the guise of, you know, Monster Hunter. I don't necessarily think they should, well, return, at least in that sense, but I do definitely think there is some concepts here you can borrow, especially from the idea of letting a Deviljho starve and seeing what happens. That's at least a very cool way to justify what's happened to it, because, yeah, a monster that is so constantly hungry, it drives it crazy with hunger pain. Surely if you deprive it, that's going to either cause it to completely weaken and die instantly, or something more sinister will happen, and that one I think is particularly fun. But in any case, what do you guys think of these? Would you like to see a monster that has been tuned up to, well, an unreasonable degree just for the pure challenge of it, rewarding some insane equipment to go along with it? It's kind of interesting, because it's not just a pure damage thing, it is the moveset. It's not just bloated numbers, it is how they fight. It's ridiculous, but damn, you have to feel good if you bring one down. Let me know your thoughts, like if you enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more, and consider supporting the future of this channel on Patreon down below. Until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.